I see that countdown clock and I'm thinking, wouldn't that be great if we were counting down to a new year, as it seems so many people want to put 2020 behind us. But we are here, and we're here for a very special night. And with that, I say hello to you, everybody. I'm Perry Solkowski of Sportsnet 650, and welcome to the 2020 Virtual Celebrities Festival. It is going to be a wonderful night. This is always the great night I love, the Sports Celebrity Festival, bringing so many of our great athletes in BC together, to hear from them, to talk a little bit, to laugh a little bit, for Canucks for Kids and everything that they do in Greater Vancouver and our province. And of course, special to me is Special Olympics and the wonderful athletes and the wonderful stories that come out. You know, in talking to the organizers, I said, it hasn't been a year. It hasn't been a year since we've been at the Hotel Vancouver and getting things together. And Susan, who will meet in a second or two, and Brent, who will be part of this. That hasn't been a year. No, it was like 8 months. No, Perry, it's almost a year to the day. So what has changed? Well, for one, I'm just kind of in the office. Don't have to wear a tuxedo. Tuxedo's in the closet. Tuxedo doesn't fit anymore. Struggled with this. But I think the great thing about our community, the great thing about this event is we understand what a need sports is, what a need it is for everyone to communicate, to have a sense of normal. And I know what's going on in our city and our province right now and how we're supposed to be at home. So hopefully you have clicked in. Maybe you've never been to a gala like this. We're going to have 3 members of the Vancouver Canucks. We're going to have a nice little chat with them. Nate Schmidt is in the snow in Minnesota. We'll catch up with him. So it should be an awful lot of fun. And we're here for a reason. We're here to donate some money for a wonderful cause. There's some great tickets. Tell you right now, our 50-50, it's over 300,000, everybody. Over 300,000. So get in on that. We've got some great auction items that you can take a peek on. So see all that. You'll see all the numbers below me. So first I want to do is, to have this done, you need people to step up. And thank you so much to our presenting sponsor, Wheaton Precious Metals. They've done so much for this organization, and we appreciate that. Of course, we're benefiting the Canucks for Kids Fund, Special Olympics. A lot of ways that you can help. And as I said, we'll get into that hot stove. We'll have Brett coming up, and we'll end it with some lucky raffle winners. We've got an incredible watch worth over $15,000. And as I said, it's $300,000 now for the 50-50, and it could become a little bit more, because we're here to raise money for sports, because sports changes lives. Some sponsors that I want to thank, as I mentioned, our presenting sponsor. Thank you very much, Wheaton Precious Metal. Our major sponsors, Canaccord, Genuity, thank you so much. Macquarie Financial has stepped up, along with our friends at the TD Bank Group. Our media sponsors over here. See, that's what always gets you wrong, right? You think I would know 20 years in television that I should go that way to the sign, that way to the plant that I just watered. No. Sportsnet 650, thank you very much. The company that I work for, Rogers, the home of Canucks hockey, Sportsnet 650, the province, the Vancouver Sun is a big part of it. Our event sponsors, Palladio Jewelers, as I mentioned, they've got an incredible watch that we have raffle tickets for. Go to the website, $50 for one, 3 for $100. You can check in on that. And of course, our friends at the Vancouver Canucks. Also, our wine sponsor. We hope you are enjoying some wine at home. You probably are. We would always enjoy it at the function. And, I mean, at some point you go, hey, we got some wine. How are we going to get through this? Brent's going to do a comedy set for 5 minutes. I got some time on my hands. Thank you very much to our wine sponsor, J. Lore Vineyards and Wines and Landmark Selections. Personally grateful. Thank you very much for the bottle that was sent over my way. No, I haven't cracked it open yet. We'll wait till we're done. And thank you for all the generous support, because these charities that we're dealing with today are certainly life-changing. You can interact with us. Note to the viewers, you can share comments and questions on Facebook or YouTube feed. So find that link. It's at www.scfgala.com. Now, working in the radio business, we always get people on our text line commenting. We're going to read those kind of comments, but if you have a positive comment for what we're doing and how sports has changed you, we'll certainly try our best to get to it. This event supports Canucks for Kids and Special Olympics. If you don't know, let me explain to you. And I do hope we have some people watching today that just haven't been in a position to go watch a gala like this and get an idea of what it's all about and what these charities are all about. Canucks for Kids makes a difference by helping charities that help support children's health and wellness. They foster the development. They do it with the grassroots hockey, facilitate And they also encourage, of course, a whole bunch of education with the British Columbia and throughout our province. Special Olympics BC, well, you've heard of it, you know of it. It changes lives and creates inclusion, communities through year-round sports, youth and health programs for all the individuals and the intellectual disabilities of all ages, a wide range of abilities. And you know what? They don't say no to anybody. And that's very important. And you think about the world we're in right now, trying to keep social distance away and how imperative it is for a lot of these Special Olympic athletes to get together and have a chance to just have fun. No one competes harder. No one enjoys it more than Special Olympic athletes. We're going to start tonight with my friend, the Special Olympics athlete, Susan Wong. But first, we want you to enjoy this video about what this is all about.
I was living in a small town. It was really hard to make friends. I didn't know there were other people out there like me. When I joined Special Olympics, I met a lot of good friends, good coaches. It's kind of great. I feel strong. I felt like part of a team. I am a Special Olympics athlete. I feel like myself.
Man, that is great. Brian's story is great. With that, we welcome someone who's always prepared, always giving our best. Susan Wong, an accomplished Special Olympics BC athlete. My co-host from last year, I said, okay, as long as she's coming, I can do it because she's always prepared. Special Olympic athlete for 9 years, everybody. Medaled in the alpine skiing at the 2017 Special Olympics World Winter Games. She also participates in track and field. She's been a member of the Special Olympics BC Board of Directors, Leadership Council, and is also a great advocate and leader. We're going to chat with Susan in a second. But Susan, before I get into, how are you, though? Good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm calm now, right? I was nervous, but then you popped up on the screen. I go, well, now it's okay. Like I could just sit here like this and know that you could do the rest of the show because you're more talented than anybody will have. Susan, before we get into catching up on what you've been up to, I need you to show me something because we've got raffle tickets up for grabs, and one of them is from Palladio Jewelers. It's a luxury watch raffle. Now, I love the name of this watch, the Parmigiani Fleurier Tonde Metrograph. Do you have it there, Susan? Do you have a watch?
I do, and it's so beautiful. Look at that.
Wow.
It's so shiny.
That's shiny. That's fancy. People, I'll also tell you something about that watch that Susan is carefully displaying. That's worth $15,000. $15,000, your chance to raise money for a great cause. You can buy one ticket for $50. Triple your chances, 3 for $100 for that watch, $15,000. We will draw the name at the end of the show, roughly around 8 o'clock. Susan, thank you. That was awesome. Silent auction, by the way, and there's great Brock Besser, Bo Horvat, so many Canucks stuff, so many a fishing trip with Willie Mitchell and Brendan Morrison. We'll get into that. Go to the website, check out all the auction items because there's some great things. That silent auction will end at 8:30, so that will be great as well. So Raffle closes at around 7:30. We might keep it open a little bit longer. So get into that. So what have you been doing, young lady, as far as your Special Olympics, with it kind of being paused right now, Susan?
So I have been focusing more on school, going hiking, playing with my dog, exercising, and pursuing new hobbies such as making YouTube videos and connecting more with people on social media.
Okay, what's your dog's name, Susan?
His name is Simba.
And what kind of dog and how old?
He's a yellow lab and he's almost 10.
Oh, so Simba's good. Is Simba still very well trained? Like sit right by your side. You've got him really well trained.
Mostly, he sometimes likes to do his own thing, but he mostly listens, and he's still really hyper.
Okay, now I think I heard you answer in there. Did you just say you have your own YouTube channel?
I do. I have been making videos about my daily life, such as making vlogs and lifestyle videos.
Oh. You are just so far ahead of the game. Okay, what's the YouTube channel? Not only do I want to raise money tonight, I'd like you to get a few more. How many subscribers do you have?
So now I have about 682 subscribers.
Oh, yeah, let's get you to 1,000, right? That's awesome. So what's the YouTube channel called again?
So it's Life with Susan, just one word without any spaces.
Life with Susan.
Mm-hmm.
That should be like a show. What are you most exciting about once we get back to a little bit normal and sports starts again for you, Susan?
I'm most excited about seeing the people and interacting face to face and being able to play the sports that I like. So with the programs being on pause now, I know that so many athletes are starting to lose the connection that they have with people and are really missing their sports. And for me personally, I know that if I have work or school, I always look forward to Special Olympics at the end of the day.
What has it meant to you? I mean, I said the success that you have had, and I suppose when you joined it 9 years ago, maybe you hope, but you're a big leader on that. You're on a board of directors. Can you tell everybody watching today what has Special Olympics meant to you?
Special Olympics really means a lot to me as it's all so inclusive. It's so amazing that we have this opportunity for people with intellectual disabilities as they can connect with different people and have a sense of belonging.
Yeah, you're very busy because you're still in a practicum teaching, right? And we were talking yesterday, like you barely have time. You got everything going on, but for some of your fellow athletes, it's probably been pretty tough, Susan, hasn't it, not being able to interact as much as they would like to in the past 8 months?
Mm-hmm. It has. And it's really been difficult not being able to see people face to face since we have to social distance now. But it's really good that now we have the internet and so we can talk to people through social media and on there. And it's a bit different, but it's really good.
Thank you. I don't want you to leave. We'll bring you back a little bit later on in the show. As always, you're fantastic. That's great to hear about your YouTube channel and all your subscribers. Subscribe to her YouTube channel, everybody. Susan, we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Thank you very much for joining us, and I'm glad everything is going so well.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
There's Susan Wong, who's just an absolute jewel of an athlete, of a representative for the Special Olympics. I have in my script that I'm about to introduce the legendary Brent Butt. Legendary Brent Butt is the multi-talented. He's the award-winning, but legendary is kind of white spot. I will give you one of the funniest guys you can. Legendary, we're the same age. We're not that category yet, are we?
No, I mean, I don't want to be compared to a burger. There's nothing that can beat a burger, so count me out of that.
Yes, and I don't want to be compared to fries, so I'm going to leave the side because you are the main course, my friend. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Perry. Thanks very much for all you do here, hosting these events. You're doing a fantastic job. For those of you who don't know, last year at one of these events, I often perform some kind of comedy bit at these events. It's always a good time for me and sometimes for the audience. But last year I did a bit where I said that I wasn't kind of satisfied with the creativity with the players, the Canucks players, nicknames. Hockey players should have better nicknames. And so last year I did a bit where I kind of saddled each of the players with a brand new nickname. And I guess some people liked it, even though, to my knowledge, nobody has taken up using the nickname. Although the one I gave Tyler Myers last year apparently got some traction. He used it he didn't use it. Others used it for a while. Anyway, they asked me if I would do the same thing again, propose some new nicknames for the Canucks players. So I'm going to dive right in because, we got a lot to cover, a lot of ground to cover tonight. So I'm just going to dive right in. Here are the new nicknames. And as always, any of you players that are watching, these are just suggestions. You don't have to use the nicknames. And as always, don't feel that you have any need to respond to me physically over any of this. All right. I'm just going to do them kind of alphabetically, I think is the way I'm going to go through it, because that's the way the players' names popped up on the site. Let's start with Jay Beagle then. Jay Beagle, who we're going to be talking to later. Jay Beagle, your new nickname is Skinner. And here's how I came up with that. That's what I do. I give you the nickname and then I tell you how I came up with it. Jay Beagle, Skinner. I came up with that because Beagle made me think of seagull. Seagull made me think of seabird. Seabird made me think of Freebird. Freebird is a Leonard Skinner song, and right away Skinner came to mind. So Jay Beagle, you're Skinner from now on. Brock Besser, your new nickname, Stella. Hey, Stella. Here's how I came up with that for you, Brock. Stella. You're from Minnesota. That made me think of soda. Soda pop. Pop goes the weasel. But weasel's not a good nickname. You don't want to give somebody the nickname weasel. And so I thought, well, what's the scientific name of weasel? It's the genus Mustela. So, Miss Stella, you're Stella. Yeah, I'll give you the option of taking Pepper too. You could have the name Pepper because Minnesota soda pop made me think of Dr. Pepper. It could be Pepper. Plus, you got a hot shot. So it's your choice, Brock, Stella, or Pepper. Louis Erickson, your new nickname, Duck. Why Duck? Because Huey, Dewey, and Louie, they're the nephews of Donald Duck. Huey, Dewey, Louie, Duck. You're Louie Duck. Michael Furland, Nichols. That's your new nickname, Nichols. That's a good sound. You could be in the mob with that name. Nichols. Here's how I came up with that. Your name is Michael. My name is Michael. I've got a nickel. You know the old song? Bear in mind, I'm 105 years old. So you may not be familiar with that song, but your name is Michael. Your name is Nichols. Adam Gaudette. Your new nickname? Puddin'. Hey, Puddin'. Here's how I came up with Puddin' is just fun to say, too. Adam Gaudette. You're Puddin' because Adam made me think of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve there in the Garden of Eden wearing nothing but fig leaves. That made me think of figs. Figgy Puddin'. Figgy Puddin'. So that's it. Adam Gaudette. You're Puddin'. Jace Howerluck. One of the new players that we've signed up. Jace Howerluck. Your nickname, Dune. That's your nickname, Dune. I came up with that because Howerluck made me think of, how are you doing? How are you doing? So you're Dune. I'm just imagining. Here's the beauty of performing virtually. There's no audience, so there's no pressure in bombing. I can just assume everybody's laughing hysterically. This is what we call in the business radio funny. All right, Ole Ulevi, your new nickname. Ole Ulevi, your nickname, Ox. Why? Ole Oxenfree. That's how I came up with that. Captain Bo Horvat, your nickname, Squid. That's your new nickname, Bo. Squid. How I came up with that. Bo made me think of Bo Diddley. Diddley Squidley. So you're Squid. Also, I got the option for you too. Bo, as I understand it, they call you Bo. It's short for Bowie. I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard you were named after David Bowie, who was Ziggy Stardust. So then I thought, well, maybe you could be Ziggy, but maybe you might want to combine Squid and Ziggy and just be Squiggy. Squiggy Horvat. It's got a good ring to it. Where else? Zach McEwen. Pill. I've given you the name Pill, Zach. And here's how I came up with that. You're from Prince Edward Island, but you're a big guy. See, you're a big guy, but you're from a small island. And so that's got a bit of irony, right? Big guy for a small island. Isn't that ironic? That made me think of Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. You're Pill McEwen. But also you could just go with Snack. Snack is good. Zach the Snack McEwen. JT Miller. It could also be Jagged Little Pillar. No, I'm not going to get hung up on Alanis Morissette all night. JT Miller. Here's your new nickname. Bagger. You're the bagger. Bags, the bagger. Here's how I came up with the bagger for JT Miller. I've watched him play. Very intense. Even just in practice, very intense guy. And he's so intense, it made me think, okay, well, I started thinking, what do you find intense? Sleeping bags. You're a bagger. Sleeping bagger. But, it kind of maybe has a negative connotation, like you're sandbagging it, you're dragging it, bagging it, right? So what else do you find a sleeping bag? Spider. That's an option for you, too. You could be bagger or spider. It's up to you, JT Miller. Tyler Mott. By the way, I love the way you played those playoffs, man, live. Tyler Mott, here's a guy who's hard to play against. That comes into play with my nickname. I've chosen for you, Tyler Mott. Your nickname is Mauler. You're the Mauler. Now, there's two ways I can get to the name Mauler. One is the way you play the game hard. You're just on top of guys. They don't get a chance. You're on them quick and fast, and you make it very difficult on the opposing players. You're mauling them, essentially, like a puma. You're a human puma. A huma. Is that a thing? It could be. You're some kind of hybrid. So that's one of the ways you come out with Mauler. But I also thought, he really closes the gap, right? When you're out there on the ice, the opponent has the puck, and you close the gap. And that made me think, when you buy clothes at the Gap, you got to go to the mall. So you're Mauler. There's two different ways you get the Tyler the Mauler Mott. Also, here's another option for you. Caesar Tyler Mott. You could be, because we have Mott's Clamato juice here in Canada, where we used to make Caesars. So you don't want to be called Clam, right? So you could be Caesar, Mauler, or Caesar. I'm giving you options. Tanner Pearson. Okay, bear with me, Tanner, because this is probably the longest road I went down for any nickname. Your nickname is Fish. Fish Pearson. Here's how that came about. My first thought was, okay, well, I grew up in a small town in northeast Saskatchewan. There was a store there called Pearson's 5 cent to $1 store. So I thought, dollar, that's your nickname, dollar. But then I thought, that's a nickname that only I'll get It'll only appeal to me, just me. So then I thought Solo, maybe that's your nickname. Solo is your nickname, but that's not a good name for a team player, right? A team sport. You don't want to be a guy named Solo. Sounds selfish. Selfish made me think of shellfish. So you're Fish. Fish Pearson. That was a long road, wasn't it? Elias Patterson. Of course, you got the nickname that's kind of stuck already. Petey. It's a fine nickname. I think it's going to stick. I don't think this is going to leap ahead of Petey. But here's the new nickname I gave you as an option. Steel. Here's how I came up with Steel. Because I was thinking your nickname Petey, but your name isn't Peterson. We kind of say Peterson here in Canada, but it's actually Pedersen. So then I thought, well, it shouldn't be Petey, it should be Petty. That made me think of petting zoo. Zoo made me think of Zoolander. Zoolander, blue steel. The blue steel look. So that's you could be Steel. Antoine Roussel, Rabble. You're Rabble. Again, two ways I came around to that. Rabble, you're a bit of a rabble rouser, right? Rabble rousers cause trouble for the opponents. You're in there jostling, mixing things up, agitating the opponent. So you're a bit of a rabble rouser. Also, you're from France. And I was just in France, and just like in all the comic books, all the books you see, everybody's wearing the stripy shirt, the Hamburglar shirt. And what does Hamburglar say? Rabble, rabble. So you're Rabble. Antoine Rabble Roussel. Brandon Sutter, Soapy. It's a good nickname. Soapy. Sounds like a good sporting nickname. Soapy. I came up with that because Sutter, Sudsy, right? Sudsy, Soapy. It all sounds good. Plus, I asked around. Apparently, his hygiene is impeccable. So you're Sudsy. You're Soapy. Jake Vertanen. Bugs. That's your nickname, Jake. Jake Vertanen. Bugs. Here's how I came up with that. Vertanen made me think of tannin. Tannin bed. Bed bugs. You're Bugs. Just that. It's a good name. Another good mafia name. Bugs Vertanen. Jordy Ben, your new nickname, Jammer. Of all the nicknames I'm listing tonight, I think that's the best sounding nickname, Jammer. Jordy the Jammer Ben. Here's how I came up with that. Jordy's a BC boy. He's from the provincial capital over there on the island, Victoria, home of the Empress Hotel, where they have the famous high tea. And what do you have with high tea? Scones. What do you have with scones? Jam. So you're the Jammer. Alex Edler, Scooby. Here's how I came up with that Scooby for Alex Edler. The name Edler made me think meddler, right? And that got me thinking about all the villains on Scooby-Doo. You know, after they get busted and their mask gets pulled off, they always say, I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. And that's kind of how like the opponent's forwards think, right? They go, I would have scored too if it wasn't for that meddler Edler, right? So you're Scooby. You're Scoobs. Where are we at here? Oh, Quinn Hughes. Your new nickname, Quinn? Doc Hughes. It's a good sounding name, right? Because Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. That's why. Dr. Quinn. Jane Seymour. Dr. Quinn, the medicine woman. Okay, where are we at? Tyler Myers. Whip. That's the new nickname. I gave you Dunk last year. I heard that stuck for a little bit. Maybe this year will stick. Whip. Here's how I came up with Whip or Whipper. I can't remember what game I was watching last year. You made a great rush and deked out a defenseman on the opposing team, got a fantastic shot on net. And I was watching alone on TV and I said, Myers. And I thought, oh, that's a good, I could imagine like a broadcaster saying that. So I was saying that all night long, Myers. That slowly morphed into Mayo Myers, but I didn't have any mayo in the fridge. I had Miracle Whip. So you're Whip. You're the Whipper. Whip Myers. Nate Schmidt. Again, new to the Canucks. Welcome on board, Nate Schmidt. Here's my nickname for you. Meatball Schmidt. Here's how I came up with that. Nate's also from Minnesota. He's from a place called St. Cloud, Minnesota. Cloud made me think of cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Schmidtballs. You're Nate Schmidtballs. That's how that's going to be. Seems like a guy with a sense of humor. Seems like a guy who won't pound me if he just sees me walking down the hall. Demko. Thatcher Demko. Here's a guy came up with a good nickname for you, I think. The Rattler. The Ray came up with Rattler for Demko's after the performance that he put on in those the final 3 games in the playoffs there against Vegas. And in the next series, the Vegas coach was talking about how their team couldn't score goals because they were all rattled by Demko. Demko had rattled them. He got into their heads psychologically. So you're the Rattler. Thatcher, the Rattler, Demko. And Braden Holtby, another newcomer to the Canucks, Stanley Cup winner too, is bringing that pedigree over here. Your new nickname, Braden. First of all, welcome. I didn't say welcome. Welcome, Braden. Here's your new nickname for your tenure with the Canucks. Sheriff. You're the sheriff. Why? Because he grew up in Marshall. Saskatchewan. Good old Saskatchewan kid. He's from small town Saskatchewan. Of course, he came here from Washington. There's probably a lot of similarities between a farm in Saskatchewan and Washington, right? A lot of bull crap in both places. Anyway, it's probably going to be very exciting for Braden to win a cup here too. Back-to-back cups. This year, something different. I decided to give a nickname to the coach, to Travis Green. I don't think I did that last year, did I? Because they call him Greener. His name's Green. They call him Greener. Not very creative at all. Just take that extra step and go with the Hulk. Hulk. He's Hulk Green. Plus, don't make him angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. All right, that's it for me and my bit. Let's get Perry Solkowski back out here. And again, I don't feel that you need to use any of those nicknames or respond to me physically, fellas.
Comedic genius.
Yes,
right?
Clearly.
I don't know. It was scary. Some of those. Here's what scared me, Brent. When you go, you know what? JT Miller. He's just intense. What's intense? A sleeping bag.
Yeah, I'm not wired upright. There's no getting around it. I'm a lateral thinker. I think laterally.
I was gonna say, man, you must have had some bad camping trips as a kid in Saskatchewan. Sleeping bags intense. That's awesome stuff. Thank you so much for that. That was brilliant. It was fun last year. It was great this year too. You're going to stick around. Just want to remind some people, hey, 50-50 is over $310,000. You got till 7:30, so quickly get in on that if you can. If you don't know what the time is, let me help you, because a reminder, the Palladio Jewelers Luxury Watch Raffle, that will end quickly too. That's a $15,000 watch. Go to the website. You can see it all, and you can pick up your tickets. Brent's going to stick around because it's time for us to have some fun. Virtual gala, something different, something we wanted to do. And of course, the Vancouver Canucks are so near and dear to this event and what we're doing for Special Olympics and Canucks for Kids. They were willing. 3 guys are going to step up and join us right now for a little bit of a hot stove. I won't refer to them by the nicknames that Brent has given us, but let's bring them in. First, we'll start, if we can, and I hope I'm not ruining production, but he joined us earlier. He is in the middle of a snowstorm outside in a cabin in Minnesota. And he is the newest member. I love how it works, right? Nobody liked him in August. And then in September, oh my goodness, we got Nate Schmidt. That's a perfect move. So with that, we welcome Nate Schmidt. Join the Canucks, joins us on the Zoom call. Are you okay, Nate? You ready for this? You're inside and it's snowing outside, isn't it?
I'm nice and warm inside. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. Meatball here.
All right. It's sticking.
Wow. Did you like that nickname or no?
Hey, Meatball usually can be construed as many different things, but hey,
it's all how you take it.
Do you have a nickname, Nate? Do you have a nickname that the Canucks fans need to know?
I mean, there's some things I like to call myself, like super awesome and like huge beauty and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know if I can have any of the guys call me that yet. So just
but that'll work in Vancouver. There's a lot of people in the city who think like that. See, Brent, I was thinking something to do with Schmidt's Creek, like the comedy show that was so good from Canada. But I don't know.
Yeah, my lawyers explained to me I couldn't do anything to do with it. They have a team of 10 lawyers watching this broadcast right now.
Yes. Hey, Nate, thank you. We'll have a couple of your teammates join us right now. And I believe we are going to Calgary or maybe the farm. I'm not sure, but Jay Beagle, I believe, is somewhere to be found. There he is. Jay, how are you?
Let me figure out how to work this thing here.
You're live.
Mic off. All right, we're good to go.
Where are you joining us from today?
Schmitty.
Oh,
pumped to see Schmitty.
Good to see you,
man. It's good to see that smile, buddy. I'm joining you from the farm. Yep.
You're at the farm just
outside of Calgary.
Okay, so
yeah.
Nate just told us he's got about 5 inches of snow coming down. You guys got snow in Calgary?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we got a lot of snow coming down right now, which is good. We got almost probably half a foot, so it's been coming down all day.
Awesome. Of course, Jay Beagle, a big part of the Canucks, won a Stanley Cup in Washington 2018. You can see the reaction of those two. Man, they are teammates, and good to see them. And finally, the last guy who's been a big part of this festival for many years. We saw him last year, a big part. I'm guessing we might be on the farm as well. as we welcome Brandon Sutter, one of the alternate captains of the Vancouver Canucks. You guys, have you ever heard of this room rater thing where they rate like the background that you have?
Yeah, this is a closet.
5 stars, man. 5 stars.
Good to see you, Brandon. How are you? Are we in the farm somewhere in Red Deer?
I'm at my cabin just outside of Red Deer, Sylvan Lake. So I'm just kind of hanging out, and I was out at the farm today, but a pretty good snowstorm, like Biggs was saying. So we're all snowed in here in Alberta. But I just wanted to mention quick, Mr. Butt didn't quite mention his nickname.
Here we go.
That we talked about last year was Strike.
Strike. Because I had a head like a bowling ball.
Because your head's a bowling ball, and that's pretty much
that was very good last year, and that seemed to work. So well done with that. Guys, thank you for this. We're going to have some fun. We'll talk some hockey because it is unique. I mean, everybody here on our radio station, we miss you guys, and I know you're getting used to it, and hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. But I did get some intel, and considering he had the mute button on, Jay, I was told that you were the tech guy and actually had to help Nate and Brandon set it up for Zoom. Hang on, Nate's shaking his head.
We're getting conflicting eyewitness reports.
Absolutely right.
Don't get Flipper going.
With everything, yeah. I had a flip phone when Nate was still playing with me in Washington, so not the tech guy at all. But my wife figured it out for me.
Okay, now let's hang on here. So you guys were teammates in what, 2017, 16?
Oh, that's not.
But okay, Brent, help me. Flip phone.
Yeah.
The flip phone ended in about what, 1999?
Yeah, something like that. But they're all the rage again. So you're at the cutting edge now. If you would have just held on a couple more years, you would have circled right around it.
Yeah.
And then next is bell-bottom pants.
Everything is
Don't have any of
retro.
those,
Certainly in that sense. First for all three of you, and Nate, you're coming up to Canada where we are very polite. How have you spent your time? How have you stayed busy in the last month?
It's funny you say that. I've been out as much as I can ever since we got out of the bubble. I try to get outside as much as possible. So it's been out at my uncle's farm, out. I'm a little bit of a hunter, so out in the tree stand as much as I can, and then just help my sister. She just got home. She's been a doctor, traveling everywhere, so she just bought a new house back here in Minnesota. So really excited to help her move in here in the next month. So just trying to keep busy as much as you can with all the training.
Yeah, just try and get normal. Jay, for you, at the farm, what was, as you sit back now, I don't know if it seems like it was a long time ago to be in that bubble, but when you reflect on what it was like, what do you tell people?
Yeah, obviously, the bubble was a new scenario for all of us, all the players, and but I thought the hockey-wise, it was unbelievable. It was something that we worked all year to get into the playoffs, and to have a chance to go in there and play like we did, and prove to everyone that we're a contender now, and that when we do play the right way in our style of hockey, it's dangerous, and it was fun. The hockey side of it was a lot of fun. Being in the bubble, in there away from family and all that was tough, obviously. And it was the hockey side of it was awesome. But when you weren't playing hockey, it got old real quick. And all of us felt like that. But we stayed focused, and we were there for one reason, and that was to win the next hockey game. And, we played good and a lot of good hockey and a lot of stuff that we can build on for next year now. So it's exciting. And, now just looking forward to trying to get next season going here, and kind of just anxious for that.
Yeah, no, it certainly was. I kind of wondered what could the hockey be like, all of you. That's why NHL players are the best athletes in the world. It was so competitive. Brandon, I'll just bring you to this night because this has always been a big part of it. You know what it means. Can you tell us the personal connection that you have to this event, the Sports Celebrity Festival, what it means to you?
Yeah, I've had a little bit of, connection to Special Olympics for a while. I have a close friend named Mikey and he's a dressing room attendant with my dad's junior team in Red Deer. And Mikey always talked about his experiences with Special Olympics. His favorite go-to is swimming. He's a heck of a swimmer, and to see him out here in the summer on the lake or something, the way he can swim and stuff, it's pretty impressive. And just the way he talks about, his teammates, just like we talk about our teammates. That's pretty cool. Then my cousin Christopher, who did all kinds of different events, but I always remember him talking about bowling. He was a really good bowler. So through those two guys, I've learned a lot about how much it means to the athletes, and I'm just happy to kind of be part of it a little bit. And this is such a good fundraiser, and I think especially this year with COVID and the way everything's been going with the economy and all that stuff. Now's the time where we have to remember that there's foundations and charities that need some assistance too, and that's kind of what's brought us all here today.
Brent, you have a question for Brandon?
Yeah, I've prepared questions for each of you fellas, non-hockey related questions, if that's
Okay.
all right. And they seem kind of appropriate based on where you are. Brandon, here's my question for you, because you're a country music guy, right? Country music, what is it that you like about country music, and why shouldn't I hate it?
Well, I got to be honest with you. I think if you live in Vancouver, country music probably doesn't relate to your lifestyle very much. But I think for a lot of us that grew up in maybe more of a rural community, maybe some fans out in Chilliwack or Abbotsford or interior BC can relate a bit more. But
I grew up in Northeast Saskatchewan, and I'm still like, what is that? Why has everything got a fiddle in it?
Yeah, well, you're a little more bluegrass than we are, but we just refer to you guys as hillbillies. But
no hills, but there's hillbillies.
Yeah, I think when you grow up in the country or on the farm, and it's more probably of a lifestyle than anything. So that's probably why I enjoy it so much.
Listen, there's 3 Albertans on this panel of 5, and you find some two-step in music, I'm grabbing my wife in a heartbeat, man. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Brandon, before we get to your teammates there, is there a similarity? I had a great conversation with Susan Wong yesterday, and just the passion that Special Olympic athletes take to compete, to the joy they have with it. As pro athletes, when you get to this event under normal circumstances, BC Lions are there, Vancouver Whitecaps are there. Is there a parallel between what these athletes put themselves through to try and achieve a goal from the Special Olympics?
Yeah, for sure. I think they're no different than we are in terms of, once you start playing a sport, you get comfortable with it, and you start realizing you improve at it and get better at it. It becomes exciting. You just grow up playing sports, and they're the Special Olympic athletes, and us professional athletes aren't really much different. And that's the coolest thing. We get to the event every year that I'm sure a lot of people that are listening today have been to this event before. There really is a special feeling in the room with all the athletes and us, and we can relate to them. We can talk to them about what drives us to be better and what gets us out of bed every day. What we're excited about our sport. And I think that passion of sports is what really makes us connected. So it's been a pleasure to be part of getting to know them over the last few years. And I'm sure Nate and Jake can probably relate to that as well. It's special to see other athletes at different levels that are kind of competing the same way we do.
To Minnesota we go. Nate, whenever you get up here, if the 5 of us were going for dinner at a sushi restaurant, would you be able to order for us?
Yeah. I love sushi. I love it. That's why I love going to Vancouver. It's my favorite places to be.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not going to say I'm going to get Jay anything, because he probably doesn't understand what a chopstick is.
Oh.
Here we go.
Meat and potatoes.
I mean, and someone might confuse Butsy's head for the serving tray, but other than that, we're all good. I think we might.
Man, your first initial press conference, you were just ready to go. You seem pretty comfortable here. Has that always been your case? I mean, what were you like in grade 9 and 10? Were you the guy ripping it up in the back room, or what's the deal?
You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I used to be really quiet. I only really opened up around my family. I didn't really talk much around other people. I just was pretty quiet. Then I don't know what happened one day. Something just kind of went off, and I was kind of sick of being the introvert, and I was just dying to be let out. So I guess what you see is what you get now. So it's something like I've always had, I guess, but it's something that's been probably came right after college. After I was like, yeah, I've had enough of that.
Even as a rookie in the NHL, like normally it's just, don't speak until you're spoken to. Were you, and maybe Jay will speak to it. Were you loud as a rookie? Jay, would
I
you like
would say, Dr. J, I don't really even remember. I kind of usually black out when I get really excited.
No comment.
No comment? Let me ask you, you were so willing to come on here. For people who don't know, you got so involved in Las Vegas and the tragedy that was there. Working in community and aid, that's something this team does, and maybe better than most in the NHL. Is that something you've always been about too, using your platform and just trying to help out in the community?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like, getting out and just seeing people and just being able to talk and doing something that's outside your normal day routine and outside of their normal day routine. That's what it's all about. And for me, I love connecting with people. I love being able to talk as much as I can to people and hear their story. And a lot of the things that you hear back is just as enlightening and just as uplifting for you as a player as it is for them just to sit and chat. And that's what I like the best. I mean, yeah, we can talk about what had happened in the game the night before. Yeah, we can talk about hockey, but it's the little things, it's the small conversations, the small relationships that blossom to something different that really makes what we do about going out in the community. That's what makes it, so special, and the reason why you connect, the reason why you play hard for your team. And, because we obviously, the guys are what makes us go. But the community is when you start, being a part of that, that's what really starts to drive you as a player.
Do you have any stories? Because Jay doesn't need the spotlight or want it, but he did a lot in the community in Washington. Do you remember that stuff and what he was up to?
I mean, Biggs has usually got his hand in just about everything. So me, it's just kind of taking, it's just trying to tag along as much as you can. He's such a big personality as well. So it's fun to be around him. It's fun to be around him with these types of things. And I couldn't have been more happy that you get traded and you see some of the guys, some familiar faces. And two of the guys that I enjoyed being around the most in Washington are here with me, with Braden Holtby and Jay. So for me, hey, it's just fall right by him, not too close because I might get a backhand because I'm getting a little too excited, a little bit too much energy for him. So I make sure I keep my distance.
Brent, do you have a question for Meatball?
Yeah, you're out in the woods there. You sound like a woodsy guy. I didn't even know this about you when I came up with this question, but it seems appropriate. You like the woods, you like the outdoors. So who, and this follows up with and why, who would win in a fight between a grizzly bear and a Sasquatch, and why?
Wow. How big we talk? Like, is this like a mama bear?
Fully grown adult. Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, there's not a lot of things that scare me in this ice besides the grizzly bear and snakes. But other than that, grizzly bear has got to be up there. I mean, I don't know. You can't outrun him. You can't do it. I mean, Sasquatch, I feel like I could outrun. He looks a little more clumsy.
Yeah, he's got the big feet. He's going to trip on something.
I think I'd be more scared of a grizzly bear. So
what about grizzly bear throwing snakes? That'd be like have a good sleep tonight.
Yeah, thanks. And then on that note, I'll check out.
Jay, for you, you mentioned earlier such a great run in the bubble, and everyone's excited. You know what the business is about. You have to say goodbye to some good friends, but for you, a unique opportunity that two of the key people coming back. What were your thoughts when you found out Nate's coming around here and maybe get earplugs, but Braden coming back too?
Yeah, no, obviously was, really excited. Like you said, it's always hard in this business. You always have guys leaving. When Vegas took, Schmitty from us, all the guys, he was such a key part in Washington. And so, it's hard, but that's what happens. Guys leave and, fortunate for us and for me, I got two, my best friends that I've played with that have now come back, and I get to play with them again this year, upcoming season. So, I'm obviously really excited. I mean, Braden Holtby, I think he's the best goalie in the league. I really do. And, he stole us games that we never deserved to win. And his work ethic, is something that, everyone can just jump on board with, because he works so hard on and off the ice, and he's going to be great to have. And then obviously Nate, is a big pickup. He, is such a dynamic player. Can play, PK, PP. The game is all about speed, and he's the fastest skater I've ever played with. So big personality in the locker room, great guy. And it's just like you guys can see right now, he's got so much energy, so much personality, and it's just fun to be around. And when you bring those guys into the locker room, it's always fun to have good guys in the locker room. And so, yeah, we lost some key pieces, but the guys we've brought in so far, I'm obviously really excited because I have a personal connection with, but also just because I know that these guys are players and they're going to make our team better.
I'm always amazed whether a veteran player or a new player, and you watch it with Quinn and Pedersen, what the Vancouver Canucks have built here, in their 51 years. And that's not on the ice as they strive for the ultimate, but it's how they are woven into the community. I mean, I know a lot of people in a lot of cities, but boy, what the Canucks do in this community just seems to be unique. Was it for you? I mean, you did a lot of Washington, but you rolled right in it. Is there something unique to how this city is just weaving into what they have with Canucks Place for Kids, the telethon they have, events like this? Jay, is it unique, and is it special to wear that uniform?
Yeah, no, I mean, it is unique. It's unbelievable. I think, our community team here with the Canucks is some of the best people I've ever met, and they do so much, for us as the players to make us involved. And also, obviously, for the community, like you said, BC Children's Hospital, Canucks Place. I mean, there's the Canucks Autism Network, Make-A-Wish. There's just so many programs that they do, and so many of these programs that are, close to them. You can tell they're close to their hearts, and it's easy as a player just to come in and to jump on board with that and to be excited to help out in the community and to make a difference. And that's why, tonight obviously is so special. And, the Celebrities, Festival, I've only been a part of it for 2 years, but just the amount of money we raise and the amount of good we can do for Special Olympics and Canucks for Kids Fund, it's amazing. And, when you can change lives and help people, I mean, that's what it's all about. It's so cool to be a part of. And it's something that, because of COVID, it's obviously too bad that we're not there right now and doing it live, but I'm so glad that, we can do it virtually here, and it's great to be a part of.
Well, no, we appreciate your time. Brent, do you have a question for Jay?
I do.
What was my nickname again?
Yeah, well,
Skinner. We're talking to Meatball, Soapy, and Skinner here. Skinner, you're a bit of a health nut. You like to work out. So here's my question to you is, what do you think you could throw farther, a rubber boot or a 2-slice toaster?
Rubber boot, for sure.
For sure, a rubber boot?
Oh, for sure.
I think you could throw a toaster farther because you could use the cord as like the whippy thing. Right?
Oh, wow.
Never thought, yeah.
Nah. Good.
Fresh new angle.
Yeah. Well done.
Well done. Well, you got to head this size. You got to be able to use it for something.
Into the mind of a comedian. There we go. Brandon, I know you're sticking around. Jay and Nate, hey, thank you so much, guys. This was awesome.
Great to meet you, Nate.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We appreciate it. Nate, stay safe up in the cold of Minnesota. We got to get her on our radio show. Jay, stay safe in Alberta there, guys. And hopefully sooner rather than later. It feels different from my perspective. In March, we didn't know. We know you guys are ready to play. Hopefully, it's got to be a safe environment for everybody. But, man, this city is pumped up to see the new Canucks and see what you guys did in August. So, Nate and Jay, thank you very much for that. Brandon, if you can stick around, we appreciate it. Brandon, is that it for you? Am I saying
That's it for me. I'm all wrapped up. But thanks for having me on again. It's always it's one of my highlights of the year. I mark it on the calendar every year. Look forward to it. So,
thanks, guys. Appreciate it. There we go. Jay Beagle, Nate Schmidt, and of course Brent Butt getting everything done. You know what? I have to tell you, Brandon, you lose the background shot, though, right? Or you're disappointed after you see everything else.
I was trying to think about like where am I going to go? Well, I got a pretty small cabin here in Alberta, and I got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old running around the house screaming. So the only place I could hide was in a bedroom by the bathroom, and it's snowing outside, so that wasn't an option either. So
Yeah, no, hey man, I hear you. I made the phone call to work. Can you bring me a banner? I got no backdrop except for a door,
That's
and then
pretty
we had a plant upstairs.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, so that worked. It helped me out. We're going to get Susan on in here for a second, too. Just want to mention some of the great things that you have available. There, hi, Susan.
Hi.
Susan, that's okay. You can have the papers. Have you seen Brandon tonight?
I have, yeah. You guys did amazing.
Thanks, Susan. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I'm doing really good. How about you?
I'm good. How's your November? Are you getting stuff ready for Christmas?
Oh, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to Christmas. I don't know how it's going to be this year, but I'm really ready for it.
That's good. That's good.
Susan's always prepared. But want to remind some people of some of the auction items that we have out there. Mine, a gold nugget, mined and recovered from Atlan Goldfields from northwestern British Columbia. It's very unique. Everyone can look at that. You know, Brandon, I don't know if you like this. One of the options out there, go fishing with Willie Mitchell.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You see that?
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. I got to look at the detail. Like there's, I've always kind of want to try that out. I've been up to Tofino to kind of, I think that must be where it's going out of. Did I read that right?
Yeah, they're going up to Tofino. I think Willie's got a spot up there, right? It's a 4-hour guided fishing trip. Here's my question. You would have played against Willie. Did you overlap against Willie?
Oh, yeah.
So here's the deal, right? I think if you go fishing with Willie, you could reel in and have a fish at the end of your rod, but it's still probably 100 feet away if it's the size of a stick, right? Like that guy played with a 10-foot stick.
Yeah, he did. That's actually true.
So, you know what? Keep that in mind. If people, you look at the live auction if you can. It's a great way to raise some money for the 2 charities that we've had about. You can donate www.scfgala.com. Fund a need is something we want to deal with now. This is your chance for everybody. We give up our time. Susan is getting set to get back, and hopefully she can get on the skis and get set for Alpine. But we want to see if you can come up, and we want to make as much money as we can right now. The need is there to help out these athletes. We want people to donate as much as we can to try and get it. It's Fund a Need. It's very important. We appreciate anybody who can step forward and do this because, Brandon, as you said, man, what is your life without sports? I mean, you've made a living of it. But even if you can't, I'm sure with your kids, what they get from sports is so important, just the skills and the meeting of people, correct?
Yeah, I think it's just about as much about the I guess off-field or off-ice activity as there is about the actual sport itself. I think even for myself, you guys got a chance to kind of meet Jay and Nate a bit there. When I look back on my career when it's done, I'll probably think more about the people I spent my career with versus what I did on the ice. And that's kind of what sticks forever. And I think for all athletes, getting a chance to get together for tournaments and competitions and getting to know other people and your social skills, everything, it all kind of comes with that. Going out and performing is almost the easy part because you've done all the training and you're prepared for that. So this is something that's always raised, a lot of money, and it's a great way for people to kind of chime in and be part of it. And like I kind of mentioned before, it's a tough year for everybody this year with the way the world is. And it's important to remember that there are certain things that need to continue and we can't let this whole COVID thing slow us down. So hope there's lots of people that are joining in and hopefully we can raise some money.
Yeah, we do. We have some donations coming in, and thank you for all this. And hi to Danny, who just wanted to write in and say that he's a Special Olympic athlete. So hi to you, Danny, and thank you so much for watching. But some of the numbers coming in, and it's fantastic already. Jen Hansen with the donation of $1,000. Jen, thank you so much. Yeah, that's it, Susan. Round of applause. Thank you very much, Jen. Michael Campbell of $250. Michael, thank you very much. Simona Antelak has come up with a $500 donation. So, Simona, thank you so much. Kelly Shee has donated $50. Thank you so much, Kelly, for stepping up with that. There's Michael Campbell with his $250 donation. Thank you very much for that, Michael. We really appreciate that. Simona, Thank you for pledging that $500. This just helps so much. I mean, not only athletes to go out and participate with the equipment that they need. William Holmes donated $250. Trevor Rennie donates $100. How about this? Hey, how about that, Susan? Doug and Mary Holtby, $5,000. What do you say, Susan?
Wow, that's so amazing. Thank you so much. That means so much to us.
It does. It helps so much. Thank you, Anne, for your donation of $100. That's so appreciated. Anything you can do to help out. Well, and there you are, Gunnar and Kathy Eggertson. Wow. Susan, tell everybody how much that donation is.
Oh, wow, that means the world. That means so much to us. Thank you so much.
$10,000 from Gunnar and Kathy Eggertson. Thank you so much, the Eggertsons. Boy, does that not help the situation in 2020. That's fantastic. Kim Malley, thank you very much for your donation as well. And how about this? An anonymous donor. Oh, this is a wonderful Tuesday night. $10,000 pledged to Sports Celebrity Festival. And that donor wants to remain anonymous. We appreciate that. We are so grateful for something like that. That's absolutely amazing. Chris Adams, we appreciate your $500 donation. Hey, keep those donations coming in. I just want to play one message from someone who knows what it's like to gather the troops, knows what it's like to motivate people and make a difference. Here is a man that is very familiar to sports fans in Canada, a man who, from a soccer perspective, took our women's national team to great heights at the Olympics and now is doing the same with the men's team. Just a special message from our men's national coach, John Herdman.
Good evening, everyone. John Herdman, Canada Soccer. We all know what time it is. It's that time of year to start paying it forward and giving back to our communities. Sport's in a bit of a tricky place at this moment in time, and there are some communities out there that need some support more than others. And I can't think of two more deserving charities in the Canucks Kids Fund and Special Olympics BC, who do some amazing things for people that often can't access the sport. So you know what your role is tonight. I know what your job is, to dig deep in those pockets and to find whatever you can to ensure that those that can't get the chance to, and that's to play sport and feel the power of sport. It's one of the things that have lifted so many people up, and you get the chance to lift a community up tonight. And if it's not a community, it might only be one person. But do your best and do your thing. We need you.
Great message, and thank you very much, John. I was going to ask you, please, everybody, keep those donations coming in as we slowly wrap things up. Brad, I'm always fascinated at this. Remember, I was emceeing a wedding of my buddies, and so we're probably going back 15, 20 years ago, but I think we probably had 10 guys from a soccer team. We were decent players that we probably all played together when we were 10 and just always remained friends. If I was to ask you about like a bantam team or a local team, would you be able to name me like 7 or 8 players, even though you've made a career, but just at that formative age, when you just want to learn to fail and to succeed with a group of people? Would you be able to go, oh yeah, Perry, I can name you a lot of those guys?
Yeah, without question. I can name, there's probably, I got friend Curtis, Brant, Landon, who I started playing with when I was 8 years old. Those 3 guys were still kind of, four best friends to this day. Moving up as you go on in years, you meet new friends. Even when I was a young kid, basically, I'm from a pretty small town, Sylvan Lake in Alberta, and we had one, or 2 hockey teams, and pretty much our whole hockey team was also our school volleyball team. So we'd pretty much finish volleyball practice after school. Parents would drive us down to the rink. We'd go to hockey practice together and go home. And, there's 10, 20, 30 guys that I still see around town all the time that I used to play with when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, right up to now, through junior, right up through pro. Every guy I've played with, it really becomes this second family that you have. And that's what sport really means, I think. And like I said before, the actual playing of the sport is what comes natural to us and what we've prepared for. But the friendships and the people you meet along the way is what's important. And I can say that getting to know people in the Special Olympics and the athletes in the Olympics and the committee that, all the volunteers that go into it, there's so much work involved, and it really is about that community. And like I said, with this year, nothing's more important.
Yeah, no, well said. Susan, you would have friends no matter what you do because you're so lovely and gregarious, but did you make new friends when you started the Special Olympics?
I did. I made so many friends and connected with so many people because before Special Olympics, I was left out like many people with intellectual disabilities. And that's why Special Olympics is so important because not only do the athletes have a great time competing and playing their sports, they can have a sense of belonging and know that they matter, connect with other people and fit in.
Well said, Susan. Well said. We're going to move on, but the website is still there, everybody. You can still come up with donations. Jasmine and Greg Allen, thank you very much for that $1,000 as I'm reading that for your donation. Brandon, thanks, man. I know you got the family running around, but you're such a big part of this. It was different last year. It was fun this year, though, and things have changed, but the cause hasn't, and we appreciate you taking the time to be a part of this evening tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I want to say thanks to everybody else that's on this. Like I said, every year we've got a chance to do this event, and it's so special. It's so much fun, and there's a huge committee that puts it on. And unfortunately, this year we can't all be together, but it's pretty awesome to see the amount of people that have jumped on and they're still willing to donate and be part of this thing, even in times like this. So thanks to everybody, and go athletes.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. Stay safe to you and your family out there. Hope to see you sooner rather than later. There's Brandon Sutter, everybody, helping us out tonight. Our thanks to Brandon, to Nate Schmidt, and Jay Beagle, and Brent Butt as well. Susan, it's you and I. We're going to move on. The website, www.scfgala.com, isn't stopping, so please keep those donations coming in, and we will. We love it because we don't want to stop. It's up there. We need to keep on going with it, so hopefully we will do exactly that. Just want to move on because you know what? We've had some things going on, Susan. I mean, it seemed like it was a while ago that I asked you, and we put you in charge of a big, very expensive piece of jewelry because you've got a watch there. Do you still have it, don't you?
I do, yeah. It's so amazing. I can't stop looking at it, and it's so exciting.
It's an incredible watch. It's donors, thank you as the donors come up. It's a great watch. Thank you very much for the donation. It's $15,000 for this watch. So appreciated of our friends and making that donation. It means so much. Incredible, all the tickets. And I believe we have a winner. We will just be going through the raffle, and we will have a winner. The Palladio Jewelers Luxury Watch winner is Bobby Atwall. Bobby Atwall is the winner of that. Bobby, congratulations to you. That's fantastic, Bobby. You are the winner of a $15,000 watch. Congratulations. That's tremendous. Thank you for buying your ticket or 3 tickets, Bobby, whichever you did. That is absolutely amazing. Susan, make sure you keep that in a safe place, and we will get that to Bobby. So that's great. 50-50. I don't know what the final number was, Susan, but I think we were over 300,000, weren't we?
We were, I think, $310,000.
$310,000. Now, half of that will go to the charity, and half of that, 312 to be exact. So if I do the math, that's about $156,000. The winner is AB 1156839. I don't know if we have a name involved with that or not, but there is your winning number. It is AB 1156839. I'm sure someone will be in contact with you, but how is that? Susan, that's great. We raised that much money.
Yeah, that's incredible.
If I was to call you and say, Susan, you just won $150,000, what would you do?
I would first jump with excitement because I would be so happy, and then I would maybe cross off some stuff on my bucket list with that.
What's on the bucket list?
I really want to go skydiving or bungee jumping one day.
Susan, are you a daredevil?
Well, I guess so. I love to go really fast.
Well, that's why you're a tremendous skier, then, correct? You no fear of speed.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun.
First of all, it's been great again. I want to personally thank everyone for watching this tonight. Thank you for all the comments. That was great. I want to thank the hardworking volunteers, the Sports Celebrity Festival Organization Committee. They are led by co-chairs Simona Anteluk, Robert Croft. Also want to thank all the sponsors again. So grateful for everything that they have done. A special shout out to Megan, who got me involved, and it's always fabulous to do an event like this. But boy, I mean, we're working from home. Everyone's working from home behind the scenes to make sure we could get this done. Just tremendous praise to everyone who's put that effort forward to get it done. It is always a special night. Susan, what do you have to say?
I also really want to thank you, Perry, for being such a wonderful host tonight. And I also want to thank everyone for all their support for tonight. You have made a huge difference in my life and those of Special Olympics BC athletes. I have had so much fun tonight.
You are wonderful, young lady. It's great to see you via Zoom. I can't wait to see you next year. Good luck with the rest of your practicum. It's done this week, right?
It is 2 more days, going so fast.
Going so fast. And you know why I said it's going fast? Because you love it and you're good at it and you have a passion. Thank you. Remember, everyone, you can still donate this great cause, scfgala.com. That is it for us. Thank you so much for joining. Continue to give if you can and make a difference in the lives of so many through sports. Bye, Susan.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.